How much time I have left? Hold on. How much time we have left? Hold on. Slave to fear. Some people say I'm mad. Can I hear you sing this song? I'm no longer a slave. Can I go somewhere down? Go somewhere down. Say thank God for freedom. Thank God for freedom. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Guess what? For I am a child. I don't hear you. You unrather me with the melodies. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemy. Oh, till all my fears. When I ready again, Balaclava sing. I'm no
longer a slave to fear.
You know why? 'Cause I am.
I'm a child of God.
Sing it again, sing it.
I'm no longer a slave to fear.
Hallelujah, Jesus. For I am a child
of God.
from my mother's womb. You have chosen me. Oh, your love has called my name. Sing it, everyone know it. I've been born again to your family. Holy Ghost, your blood run through my. Can I borrow your voice again, audience? I'm no,
Longer a slave to fear.
I'm no longer a slave, or I am.
I'm a child of God.
Let me hear you say it again. I'm no,
Longer a slave
what you bring,
to fear.
what you bring. Whoa. I am.
I'm a child of God.
I love the party, I feel like saying it again, I feel like saying it again. He split the sea so I can walk right. My fears are drowned in perfect love. Whoa. He rescued me so I can stand. Sing a melody here. Why? I am a child. Maybe you say, sing it. I'm no.
Longer a slave to fear.
You know what? You know what? For
I am a child of God.
one more time. I'm
No
no.
longer a slave to fear.
Me I cut them short. Come on, sing on the favorite song.
I'm a child of God.
Guess when me a little boy, there's a little song, a little reggae song. Kingdom Connect, a reggae song when I like. Cause you see some people, you know, who are say them a Christian. Them don't listen to one Berry Saman. They don't listen to one Bob Marley. Every day they read the stuck on gospel station. Some of them wicked. So we are Jamaican. Me I'm gonna wear back. If you don't know, I say sing Kokodo. me say, when I know a good song. Isn't it strange how princesses and kings Christianity no boring, and I want some people. I want some people. Full drown yourself in a Jesus. Sing good music, Kukudu Massa. From you know a good song. F-tones. Now isn't it strange how princesses and king know yourself, we're good. Oh, crowned paper he. Relax, don't leave it answer, don't leave it answer. Just one common people like you and me will be pillars for eternity. Each is giving a back. Shapeless mind. End up. Alright, me and I go say the part you know. Let me say what I'm doing. What already? 1, 2, 3, I say. Pa, 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 pa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sing it like you love it. Let me have 5 minutes left. Now he's much made daylight flowing in, tumbling block on the stepping stone. And I said, come on, people like you and me, will be yours for eternity. It is giving the backs up to shame. We are cut them short. Come on, sing 2 more songs. All right, me I take on far. You see the young people, them don't know the song I know. And as me telling them, I'm old. So me I gonna sing one whole song. Cause my mother used to sing this song. And me don't know about me did love my mother differently. Every way she did me hold on pan her frock tail. So you the whole song. Yeah. You ready? Big up Code 5. He was wounded for my transgression. Elder folks. He was bruised for my iniquity. When he was up on the mountain. And then she not go one side and she go over the other side and she look for me. And say, look at Coco. Peter denied him. Judas betrayed him. He still tell his father just to forgive them. When he was up on the mountain, Set to this battle, I hear our own song. And the angel signing. Do you remember Christ's holy mountain? Holy mountain, remember Christ's holy mountain, Officer Mullins. Thank you, Jesus. Hold on. My time is up. Put up your money. I said, no, put up. Oh boy. We love money, you know. Every good people love money. But you don't worship it. Put up your hand and say, no, up your man now get me money. Put in that code, let me say, put the light in that code, let me say, who I put up their hand. Yeah man, if video the pound or no. Say no, up your man now get me money. Somehow then I go sing that song here. Balaclava, Saint Elizabeth. Una ready? Say sing kukudu. You never go out of your man from your man. Say walk out. When people there, can I see you put up your hand? You never go out of your man from your man. Say thank you. After somebody come here, you go up, you know yourself. You go sing one and then me sing one. You never feel in a man, one who knows say. Put up down. No yard with no depend on your hand. Oh no say. We have something. We already washed in the blood of the Lamb. So we say. I show no nail pan your gate. In a Father God, you put me up here. You want try hold me down, but at time you are waste. Me proud to be black, so me not bleach me face. God me love and I me not dash so I love me neighbor. Who it is? Who already I get money club? You never go out of your man from your back. Oh no say.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. I do hope all of you have had a wonderful day today and are having an ecstatic, a wonderful evening this evening. We say a special good night to all our listeners out there, those locally, regionally, and internationally.
My time up, but this man is a policeman. Never hear about the police.
And we say a special good night to all our YouTube listeners.
Sang.
All of you listening via Facebook, all of you listening via We Noise Radio, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. We Noise TV, We Noise Radio.
Good night, people. See where you're man. You got face the man.
And I do think that we may have solved the issue of the landline, so we're going to try it out in a timing, yeah? You all may not hear me clearly on the landline, but that used to happen in Studio 1 anyway. Eventually we'll get that part sorted out as well, huh? Mr. Handsome, good night. I know you're listening. Solomon!
Just put your problem.
Winnie, Wendy, and 40. Where my crew in Ford? My crew in Ford hit me a message, man. Yeah, the 4407377 WhatsApp is back up and running. You can WhatsApp me there. You could also WhatsApp me on the 4217279.
Come away from sickness. A long time for the Father God wants.
So I hope all of you are hearing me clearly. I've spent most of the day trying to get everything clear here, eh? So I hope all of you are hearing me nice and clear.
God bless you, God bless you, God bless you.
We change around things, we do all kind of things, spend the entire day. Yeah?
But I say it up, we go. Pine past somebody, don't touch them.
And we've also got the phone line up and running, but again, it is not perfect. You will hear a slight bit of static on it, but we've got it up. At least we will be able to take your call. And in fact, you know what? Somebody call me on the direct line. Yeah, somebody call me on the direct line. Let me check it out. Yeah.
Hey, hi. King David, sit up on the heavenly throne. Hallelujah.
So somebody call me on 44073777. Someone give me a call direct on that line. Let me check out. Yeah, let me change the music there for a bit. Yeah, let me change the music now. Yeah.
I remember when I was young, love when music.
I'm saying a special good night to all my friends, relatives, associates, listeners out there in Carriacou.
But that was the sweetest.
And a special good night to the same in Pity Martinique.
People want to hear. Listen to the sound of the
Maxon!
an emulation of
I know daddy's listening as well, huh?
played by God. Move your feet.
Sherman, the crew out there in Pity Martinique, good night to you all.
You can't stand up like a yo-yo. You got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a wine. Don't waste this precious time. What will happen to
Yeah, some people vex with me, eh?
none of us? Don't wait.
Hudson! What's up, cuz?
You never do. I remember those glory years. Love when music was met with great cheers. No one can deny.
Yeah, this one is for a good listener of mine out there in Brooklyn, eh?
Time comes around. Look out for your name in the sun.
Man who made sure I have a picture at Tan Lucian, yeah?
Party time, all of we dancing. Yeah, Quattro. Move your feet, move your waist. Sweet, sweet music in the place. You can't stand up like a yo-yo. You got to let it.
Yeah, somebody call back. I missed the call. Call me back, yeah?
Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? None of us don't really know.
I think the mistake I made is, yeah, I didn't put on the light so I can't see when the call coming through, eh?
Cecil James, Matthew James.
So I think we have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Test him.
Hello?
Test him.
Testing. Let me just make sure you're hearing me clearly.
Low, you're low.
You're hearing me low. Okay. And I am hearing you low as well. So that had to be sorted out. But at least I know I'm nearly there.
Alright, okay.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Yes, indeed, folks.
Maracas
So we know we're nearly there with that particular one, eh?
in the song that have me singing along.
Let's try again. Hello. Okay, that was
Music hitting up me soul. So rhythmic, so dynamic, simple strings that support setting. Love when music teaser, you cannot.
We like to have the option because we know some folks like to call direct, so we like to have that option, eh?
You yeah, banjo.
There's one thing I'll have to add, you know, so yeah, because I can't see when someone is calling. I have to kind of guess that somebody is calling.
You can't stand up like a yo-yo. In the you got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a wine. Good grind. Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? Love when music. None of us don't really know. Take a grind, take a wine. Take a good.
And let me say a special good night to the listeners out there, whichever part of North America you are. We have our listeners out there in North Carolina, those of you in Texas, all of you in New York State. So whether you're in Long Island, you're in Brooklyn, you're in Manhattan,
The music was met with great cheers. No one can deny that.
you're in the Bronx, good night to you.
Yeah, Christmas time comes around.
Our listeners in Maryland,
The song. We don't
all our listeners out there in Washington, D.C.,
all of we dancing.
our Floridians. Hey, my good friend, I haven't heard from you for a while, man. I have a good listener out there in Florida. I haven't heard from him for a good while, yeah?
Move your feet, move your waist. Sweet, sweet music in the place.
Yeah, I must get you a message, man. I just realized I haven't heard from you for a good while, eh?
Take a grind, take a wine. Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? None of us don't really know. You yet tell a coin, hunky high.
Right, indeed. One person say I have an echo, but I'm not seeing that report here by anybody else. Just let me see if somebody else somewhere else is saying that to me. One is saying that I have an echo, but I haven't seen anybody else saying that we have an echo. As I say, the only way we know for sure is when we go live. We could test it, but when we go live is when we know for sure certain things, yeah?
And pass it on to us with pleasure. We are soldier, we are Toba, Maracas. There must be something catchy in the song.
And good night to Barbados, our Bajan listeners, and our Grenadians in Barbados that listen to the program every night. We say a special good night to you. Our Jamaican listeners, St. Lucian listeners, St. Lucia. We say a good night to my friends out there in Choiseul. Locked on every, that's why these people is Grenadian. Locked on every night to Talking Points. My listeners out there in Grosselet as well. And we have a listener on the line. Hello, good night. Hello. Let me see what's going on here. What's going on here? Yeah, I think we've got you now. Hello, good night.
Hey, Shilon, this is your good friend, man. I know you don't hear him for a long time, but I'm here, man. I'm listening to you.
Lovely, man. I say you're going away, man.
Nah, man. Since after the passing of my niece, I just give it a pause, you know?
Okay. I understand how that goes sometimes, yeah?
Yeah, man. But I listen to you loud and clear every night. Every night I listen to you.
Yes. Because I know when a family member goes out, myself, I've had 2 for the year, so I know how it goes.
Yeah.
2 for the year,
So
3 of my
good,
friends.
everything good.
All right, good. So
everything goes for the while.
right, because I know when something wrong, you just usually check me one time and say, hey, that ain't coming across proper. So
And I usually be the first one.
yeah. So I know once I see a number, I say, nah, something wrong. So I start looking around one time. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I did the job still, you know. I still done the job, man.
All right, wonderful, my brother. You have a wonderful
take it
one
easy,
tonight. Great, thanks.
Same to you.
Yes,
All right.
indeed. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, that's one of my good friends there. He always calls when there's a issue. He calls, he lets me know, hey, you're having a problem there. I ain't hearing you, yeah?
Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? None of us don't really know.
That one was on the 4407377 WhatsApp, eh? So now we know that one is working properly as well, eh?
Matthew J. That is Baker.
Yeah, it's a holiday tomorrow, Corpus Christi.
Something hidden in the vibes that have me hypnotized.
And we know the Grenadian tradition, huh?
I want to caution my approach. Names
Apart from church, for some people, it's a planting day, eh?
so much to mention. These men kept the
Yeah,
code.
that's the day that many folks decide that they're going to go out and plant and so on, yeah? So, yeah.
We are Toba, Maracas.
You know, I'm missing a set of calls on the straight line, so I know what to do. Yeah, I'll have to take a short break and fix that, eh?
Singing along. I feel like I'm out of control. The music hitting up me soul. So rhythmic, so dynamic, simple strings. That's so pulsating. Love with music teaser. You can ask for anything sweeter. You have banjo to keep you in the mood. Move your feet, move your waist, your body move. Music in the place. In the can stand up like a yo-yo. In the you got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a the drums that just captivate the soul. Is it a ritual that speaks to one and all? It gets you off your feet and dance to the beat. When they play a song to open the ring, the whole of the crowd just start to sing. Ibole ole, woyo, ibole ole. Ibole ole, woyo, ibole ole. Ibole ole, woyo.
All right, so I've got that one sorted. And let's take this call. Oh, I missed that call, yeah. All right. Yeah, folks, I'm taking your calls tonight from now on. In case you all have an issue, I'll raise the other issues in a timing. But just in case, tonight we're giving you the opportunity to call. You can call us on 421-7279, the WhatsApp. You can call us on 440-7377, WhatsApp, or you can call us direct on 440-7377. If you call me direct and you're not hearing me clearly, the moment I answer, you can go ahead and just start, yeah?
I am a Diama Ibolile. I am a Diama Ibolile. I am a Diama Ibolile. I am a.
And we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Good night. How are you doing?
Not bad at all.
Hey, I'm making out the voice, man. How are you doing, partners?
Whose voice is that?
Solo.
Hey, Sheldon.
Solo. I make out the voice, man. How are
I'm
things?
doing good.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful, my brother. Yes, indeed. It's good to hear from you.
Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All right, all right. Speak to us on the phone line. Don't ignore the thing in the background. Speak to us on the phone line.
Yeah, I sent something on your phone.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it
Yeah.
out. Okay, my brother?
Okay, man.
All right, great. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Yes, so I'll check that out. I can't check it out on air there now, so I'll go check it out in a timing, yeah? And I know someone was calling on the straight line. Caller, you can call back, yeah?
Let's now honor and pay tribute to a big Jamaicans.
As I say, giving you all the opportunity.
Ensgate, Prince Lawrence, Winston Flay, Jack, Django and Lobson.
And we've got a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello, caller, go right ahead, please. Hello? Okay, that person seemed to have ended their call. Okay, I saw what happened there. Yeah, caller, give us a call back, yeah? Nice. And look, I missed our next call one time, you know. Hey, Papa, you. Oh, no, this person is calling on the wrong line. No, they can't call me on that one now. You have to call me on 421-72. You have to call me on 421-7279, or you've got to call me on the 440-7377, either WhatsApp or direct, yeah? The other number I can't answer it. No, you understand? Yeah, so you have to call me. Yeah, you have to call me otherwise. Nice? Yeah, so let's go to the phone line again. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello? Caller, you're live. We're hearing you. Okay, that person just hung up one time. Papa, you. Yeah, one person calling on the wrong thing, the other person calling on the... Yeah. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, caller. We're hearing you. You can go right ahead.
Yeah, good night. I'm calling from quite from the country. And so I'm calling you to make you know that we're hearing you clearly. Praise God for that.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much.
All right.
All right, wonderful. Yeah, I hope you all were hearing the caller. Let me know. That was a call on the straight line. So let me know if you all were hearing that caller clearly, or the caller was way too low, or whatever it was. So I know to adjust a little bit. I know what to do. That kind of thing. All right. Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. Right. Yeah. This caller need to call me on. You have to call me. Yeah. Solo. You have to call me on 421-7279. You can't call me on my normal line. Yeah, I can't put that patch that one through. So you have to call me again, 421-7279, or you call me on 440-7377 on WhatsApp, or you can now call me direct. The direct, we still working. Oh, say, somebody say they hear them low. All right, so I still have to work on that one. Nice. Let's go to the phone line over here. Now, hey, come on, man. I see the phone calling. Yeah. Let me answer over here. Nice.
To the beat of Chroman.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
Both callers, I cannot hear them at all. Both
So
two callers, I cannot hear them.
Okay, so those who calling on the direct line, you couldn't hear them.
No, I cannot hear them.
Okay, all right. So we got to leave that one alone for tonight, and we go just deal with the WhatsApp calls.
All right.
Yeah, so I saw that out during the day tomorrow. I got it up everything, but I just didn't get that aspect of it working yet. So we got to deal with the WhatsApp calls for now. Yeah, we have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay, man. Okay
All
for
right.
the time being.
And how are things
Sure,
going
man.
in the Northwest?
Good, thing going good. Thing
All
going
right.
good.
Lovely,
You know what
lovely.
you have to do. You know what I got to do. Looking up all the false names that people that don't live in here. When we want to try to come and register to vote in Northwest, we're looking up to the voters list to make sure nobody from other village, other area come and want to try to vote in Hatfield.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching the voters list carefully. We scrutinize them carefully. But we have a face. We put a face to all the voters that on the voters list already, Sheldon. So we did our work. We continue to do it every day. I'm trying to get new people to register to vote to rescue our country, because we need every hands on board to rescue Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin from this group of politicians, Sheldon. A group of politicians that in power right now, they only care about themselves. But I could say to the people going to Carriacou and Peter Martin, when you look at the NMP candidate, you could see people that is there getting into politics, not to help themselves, but to help better the life of the people going to Carriacou and Peter Martin, to bring on cost of living, make life much easier, better health care for the people going to Carriacou and Peter Martin, and to provide jobs, not to take away jobs from the people that need to get jobs to take care of the family. Sheldon, have a blessed night.
Thank you so very much, caller. And, one of the things there, over the past few days, I've been looking at some posts that some of these, the NDC activists have been making. And I think we have a call on the line. Let me go to the call. Hello, good night. Hello.
I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness.
Yes, indeed, Pastor. Go ahead, cry out.
How are you, Sheldon Scott?
I'm quite fine. I'm getting closer and closer to having my landline working proper, so I'm feeling good.
Wonderful. Yeah, Sheldon, I myself is doing fine by God's grace. I cannot complain.
Mm-hmm.
I am very much concerned, as a concerned citizen of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martin. I'm very much concerned of the high level of suicide cases we see rising in Grenada. And it is really matter for concern. And I do believe that within the walls of social development, we are not hearing, at least we should hear some louder cry as it relates to the high level of suicide cases on the island. It's very much concerned. And it's
because while they had
bothering.
2 last weekend, we've had quite a few for the year. For the year thus far, we've had quite a few,
Yes, and I believe that the Office of Social Development should have cried more as it is today's level of suicide cases. And what concerned me most, the cases of suicide cases is among young people. So at a particular age, you would not see it within the age group of 45 to 60, but you will see it far more younger than that. But I believe that over the past years under the NNP administration, I do believe that the Imani program was one of the best program any on the island of Grenada to help our young people. That Imani program was so great and wonderful that even St. Vincent, I could remember, do everything in the power to get the information from Grenada. That's how we do that. And during that period of time, I worked under the Imani program for at least about 11 years, facilitating and also supervising. And under this Imani program, when that Imani program launched under that time, Emlyn Pierre, Honorary Emlyn Pierre, was the Minister of Youth at that time. And I'm telling you, she laid a damn good foundation, man. And Honorable Emlyn Pierre worked with our young people day and night. And Sheldon, I could remember we going to the youth center on like a Monday morning and coming on a Tuesday morning, you know. Because when you
Pastor, you've dropped off a bit there. I don't know if it's the location that you're in, because it's not our internet yet. I think it's your location. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're hearing you now. You just dropped off a couple seconds.
Yeah. And when Honorable Emlyn Pierre put on her work, and she said, listen very carefully, I need this to accomplish. You got to bet it you're going to give her work directly. Now, I witnessed under the Imani program, you had different programs for a lot of our young people. You have program like Project Fly, Project Reach, Yes I Can, and many other programs that lots of our young people was benefited. Sheldon Scott, I saw the hopes of a lot of young people under this program. And the evidence that they to prove that under the NNP administration came police officers, came doctors, came nurses, came immigration. I could remember I was supervising a young lady, Miss Andrew, at the immigration department in Grenville. And I'm telling you, that young lady as a Imani, she runs that immigration department alone. Any policeman could say, yes, what Pastor Luis is saying is right. Sometimes she sit down inside there, and I'm telling you, in the absence of immigration, she do all the work. And I could remember, again, young people, Sheldon Scott. I could remember that sewing department in Telescope. I could remember Miss Prince used to have one over in Paul's Community Center.
Oh, yes, there was one over there as well. Yeah, there was one in Pearls.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that one.
Yeah, there was one in Pearls. There was one in Pearls, man. I supervised that, Sheldon Scott. And when I go there to see these young women, man, in the uniform, and to see these high-tech machines, man, where they do jerseys, where they do uniforms for schools, etc. They take pride, man. Kudos to you, Honorable Emlyn Pierre. And I am telling you, when this administration get into office, I don't know what these people have against the Imani program. The Imani program is always the biggest threat to the NDC administration. And when they came into office. I could remember in the days when Patrick Siemens was the Minister of Youth. And he said, listen, I could assure you when the young people was panicking because they said, listen, oh, when NDC come into power, they shall fire you all. And Patrick Siemens said, no, we will not do that. And when they took office, they said, everybody will. Under this administration.
And Pastor, to go even further, after taking office, they called the Imani trainees down to the Grenada Trade Center and they said to them there, I am like your father. We will not be sending you home. And come December, everybody went home. Staff as well as trainees.
Everybody, they're gone. You understand? Now, when this administration was campaigning, they had the Imani program high on their agenda, where the Prime Minister promised to make each and every one of them permanent. But Mr. Prime Minister, you know that would not have happened because you only wanted the support from the young people. And you know, Sheldon Scott, the sad thing about it, the young people buy into that. And you remove the hopes from them, Mr. Prime Minister. You kill the dreams. I used to admire these young people going to work after I retire. Mr. Sheldon Scott, do you know the amount of young people, life that tear apart when this administration did not fulfill the promise? Mr. Prime Minister, there were young people that take the loan from Ariza and then they were fired from the job. There are young people that went by courts and they went by seeing. There are young people that went to the different bank. The cooperative bank was a bank that lots of our students was dealing with. You mash up the dreams of these young people. You know the amount of fridge and stove and furniture that different institution had us to take back because you all fired the young people. Right now, our young people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, Mr. Prime Minister, they are stressed because you remove their dreams, you remove their hopes. When the NNP administration put structure in place to cushion the effect, our young men, Sheldon Scott, we used to have program at the prison. When you hear the testimony of these young people, I see young people that was given things like weed eater, like lawnmower, you understand? Tools to farm. And when you all get into office, you always, come on. Young people are being stressed in this country. They have nowhere to turn, Mr. Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, no job. While you and your ministers are flourishing, $8 million worth of traveling. Mr. Prime Minister, how many young people that this money could have been paid? And as I come to a close, and I speak with a heavy heart, Mr. Prime Minister, you is about hold the general election. You and your ministers, you all deceive our young people. You all deceive the nation. What are you coming? Come on, what are you going to convince us? What are you going to tell us that we can be able, that these people can be able to give you another 5 years in office? What can you come with? And after over 4.5 years, you start to patch some road. After 4.5 years, you try to blind the eyes of the people with that nonsense called Polaris. The people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, some of them don't have a home. Some of them don't have a roof. And it's among to $1,000 and $1,000 of dollars you take to buy this ply and this 2x4. Woodans is eating it. Why didn't put it on a boat and send it to the people in Carriacou, Mr. Prime Minister? And try to fool people. And when you finish clear up that spot, you take an old excavator and you still try to fool the Grenadian population, including me. You put the excavator there to make people believe that work is going to start soon. Mr. Prime Minister, the track of the excavator is being rottened. Why you, Sheldon, have a blessed night, man.
Thank you very much, Pastor. You have a good one as well.
Have a blessed night, man.
All right, same to you. Yes, indeed. Folks, 440-7377. You can call us on the WhatsApp because the landline, while it is there, it is operating. Folks are saying they can't hear. So the adjustments I have to do, I'd have to go offline to do it. So we leave it alone for now and we'll deal with that as soon as I've done the program. Oh yeah, tomorrow's a holiday, so I could go to sleep in the morning, right? Nice. Yeah, I'll stay up and make sure and check and things. So, partners, when you see a call and you answer the phone, because I'm testing the phone line. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So 440-7377 on the WhatsApp and 421-7279 on WhatsApp as well. You can give us a call. All right, folks. And Pastor spoke about several things there. He spoke about what took place with the Imani in the prior NDC administration, the promises that were made and what they ended up doing that was counter to the promises that were made at that point in time. And we see, and I must say this though, I've always been very disappointed in many of us, even though I'm not one of the people that did it, in many of us as New National Party supporters in how we did not back up the Imani program. And let me try this one and see if this individual, if we're hearing them differently. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night. We're hearing you, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to throw there about NDC mashing up GDP. They mash up GDP. And what was the other thing? I forget, but they mash up GDP.
Okay. All right, my friend. Okay. Yes, indeed. I think you all would have heard that caller slightly better. And someone keeps trying to call straight on the 421-7279. No, you cannot call me straight. You have to call me on WhatsApp on that number, yeah? One of these days I will see how to... they used to say back in the days, MacGyver. I'll see how I could MacGyver that call to come through on that. But as it is right now, I can't. Yeah? So 421-7279 on WhatsApp only. And 440-7377. Yeah, we were able to hear that last call. I hope you all were able to hear that last caller. Let me know if you did, you didn't hear that last caller, so we'd know for people to continue. But the thing is this, as I was saying, many of us as NNP supporters started playing into the mind games that the NDC were playing with the Imani program. So you had NNP supporters that were using the term Imani in a derogatory sense. And that was a mind game that the NDC was playing to diminish the importance of the Imani in the minds of Grenadians. Even now, you hear this present administration, every time they refer to it, they refer to Imani as though it's drugs NNP was selling. They make it seem as something that was bad, bad, bad. But we have to understand the opportunity that gave to a lot of people. The number of trainees that were able to go to St. George University and come out with a bachelor's degree, and they wasn't getting no Z in their exam and had to go and ask people to change their grade. They were going there and coming out with proper grades. They maintained proper grade point averages and came out from St. George University with bachelor's degrees. Some have even gone on now to do their master's degree. But they started through Imani going to St. George University. There are others who have gone to university outside of Grenada, in China, in Cuba, and they started in the Imani program. There are many who have their CVQ, their Caribbean Vocational Qualification, their NVQ, their National Vocational Qualification. All of that came through the Imani program. There are many of them that have got permanent employment. And you see, my problem again has always been that the people who benefited most from these programs, they don't talk about it. Because psychologically, it has been set up in their mind that they did something wrong by being involved in the Imani program. And we have to break that mentality that something was wrong for being an Imani trainee. That you have police officers that now get rank. They're corporal and all kind of thing in the police force now that got their foot in the door through the Imani program. Sometimes in Pradier, Larceny, different areas. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, yes. I wanted to find out from the Prime Minister how I could get the Great Neck truck to go and pick my coconut and mango and thing.
All right, my dear, I'm going to try my best.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, but not only that, you could find out from the Prime Minister if he could send them to cut the overhanging by you, because a certain lady was calling a morning program, she was calling by Shaggy, and complain about overhanging in a particular area and that Grenlec ain't coming and cut it, and Grenlec ain't coming and cut it, and they call in Grenlec. And certain lady who happens to be very closely related to a senior member of the NDC, check the Prime Minister direct, and the Prime Minister pass our order as far as we hear. Go and cut the bush there, go and cut the overhanging and thing, to send the people to go, yeah, Grenlec get ordered, go and cut it, direct from the Prime Minister and so, go and cut it. Grenlec, all you liking that? Yeah, well anyway, all you know, all you had to do, it wasn't any danger to the Grenlec lines and so, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so you all realize that the call, that was a direct line call that we got a while ago there, and it did come through pretty, well, at least on my end, I heard it pretty okay. And let me see, I think we're getting a call here again. Let's go to this phone line. Some people hit real hard, you know. We have a caller on the line. Go right ahead.
Brother.
Yeah, man, go right ahead.
All right, see, let's now. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. Yeah, are you hear me? Can you hear me? You hear me? Oh my days.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to, and I missed what Fadu said. I had to take that call because the person just kept calling and calling and calling straight. And 3 days now I've been saying, call on WhatsApp, and that same number been just calling straight. They're just not listening. Yeah, so I had to answer. And so Fadu, give me a call back because I missed what you said because I had to mute and take that other call. Yet 3 days, you know, I keep saying call on the WhatsApp, they keep calling straight. So I had to call to take the call there. Yes, indeed. 421-7279 and 440-7377. Fadu, give me a call back. I missed what you said there a while ago. Yeah, so let me take that call from Fadu. Yeah, Fadu, tell I.
Yeah, Fadu, oh God. I will say, let me play devil's advocate for a minute.
Yeah.
Is there anybody, do you think, have the chance to benefit from a large percentage of our communities needing mental assistance now? You think there are any bodies or groups?
Oh, I understand the question now. So that the more people that have mental issues, if there is any individual or organization that would benefit from that.
Yes.
The possibility is there, yes.
Yes, I think that was something we discussed sometime last year, right?
Yeah.
But let's take a pin on that. Let's move forward a little bit on something.
Mm-hmm.
I think causation, a lot of people need to pay attention to what's different in Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes, we would have had suicides and stuff before, but what's compiling it, what's condensing it into these short timelines? We have situations where we have new processed drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, designer drugs making its way into our communities. We have
if you say that are taking that extremely serious, because before all of them start talking about strip clubs, the first person to mention that since last year was you, eh?
That out.
So if you're saying that there are different types of drugs, and I assume you mean amphetamines and those kind of things.
Exactly, designer stuff, right?
And it's amazing because I'm seeing what some of these things are doing in some of the American cities. These people are turning people into zombies.
Okay.
They stand up there with bits of their body rotting and so on. These people stand up and it's like they're just there. They're just looking for the next hit.
Just looking for the next high.
We can't take that in our country.
So now you have, and then you have the increase of the adult entertainment. So what happens to some individuals, they tend to want to numb themselves because they have to more or less, some of them see it as degrading still, innit?
Mm-hmm. They're doing it, but they don't really want to. Yeah.
They don't really want to do it. So they tend to numb themselves. So now they pick up habits, being entertainers. Those habits are brought back into the communities. So now when they introduce that to their partners, sometimes the partner introduce it to them, depending on how the relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
What you have going on now is that some people are getting so high for things they're not accustomed getting high to, ending up in people's house and have to run out in the morning in their boxers.
Huh.
You have that aspect of it too.
And I know if you're saying that, you could tell me off air who do that one. Because I know if you're saying that day, I know something happened. So you could tell me.
Have many documentations of it. You get me? You also have a societal structure right now that people are doing stuff in their personal life.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're doing those things, objective stuff in their personal life, they are justifying a broader base of individuals conducting those activities and pushing those activities to our communities.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next aspect of it. So they say the upholder is worse than the thief, innit?
Yeah.
Right. So you have individuals looking for excitement, dabbling with stuff in their personal space. But because they're doing it in their personal space now, when it have a body of individuals pushing a certain topic, they justify the logics in it because like, yo, I just do that, I don't see no harm in it. Me and my friend does do that, I don't see no harm in it. Let them people live their life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a spin-off in that now where people are actually living their life, but when they catch up themselves, it's like they red chain for Frontier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get me? You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some individuals getting red chain for Frontier. Think about it. You understand?
My friend.
So it's like unsettled. No, I ain't trying to say that any of the situations that happen connects to what I'm saying, but there are a lot of other aspects being played out in the same time, because you remember, even in true pain and suffering, you have people that will try to capitalize on it, right?
Well, there are always people who capitalize on but even you remember it are people that could capitalize on debt, you have funeral homes.
That's what's up.
But all funeral homes in Grenada all have very good, decent people that own them and operate them. So they ain't doing them kind of thing. All of them is good people.
You remember last week, a week or two ago, they had a stabbing that made the news.
The stabbing in the town of St. George, where one female was stabbed around the market, innit?
Okay.
Yeah.
Notice one of the first things that was said in the publications was that they have to put a psych evaluation on that female.
The one that did the stabbing.
The one that did the stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it is, think about it as I say, plain devil's advocate. If it is that the general push is to create that atmosphere that we're not strong enough individuals to get proper counseling, but be put on medication in a holding space, a holding day. That's the energy that's being pushed. So I'm asking, is there anybody to make a profit off of it? Is there certain companies that looking to put their pharmaceuticals inside here?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason why the decriminalization of the herb and not legalization where you could actually make some proper money as a business individual, but everything is just set up for more smoking? No, I don't complain either way. I don't complain either way. I'm just.
But I wonder if the guys that actually sell the ganja, the herb, realize that what has taken place there is not a good thing for them.
It's not a good. Definitely not.
It's not a good thing for them,
There's more enforcement and rules as compared to the freeness that people
But
knew
not
that,
the-
okay, well, I have to
not
get
only that,
charged or I could get locked up.
The people who are going to benefit from that are the people with the money
not
to be
them.
able to
The
invest
exactly.
in the greenhouses and the aqua farming and all these kind of
Yep.
things, the hydroponics
Yep, the
and all of that.
dispensaries,
So,
the
yeah,
machinery,
the average
marketing.
guy hustling on the street, he ain't making that
Nothing
kind of
so.
money.
It come obsolete now.
Yeah,
It's almost like the alcohol prohibition period thing.
you bring it down to the price of cigarettes.
They made a monopoly on the system.
Yeah.
They created that, and people volunteer for it.
Mm-hmm.
They look at it as baby steps, but really it's like steps back. Because as I
Yeah.
said, the people that understood, no, this is illegal by law. I can get arrested for it. I can go to jail for it. I can get charged for it. They did it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, you telling them that all you could do it now, but we regulating how much you could do, what time you could do it, the space you could do it in. You see all of that. So it's more restricted than even how it was before
Yeah, I understand.
when it was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? And then even with the figures as I mentioned before, the dosage and how they calculate the dosage, like there's some people like really dealing with medical herb. The doses and percentages are a lot more than what they prescribe.
Yeah.
And then again, they have, if it is that the law is about the THC, then you have CBN. It smells the same, it looks the same, but you can't get you high.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that they even like scaling that in terms of arrests and or trying to tell somebody like, how do they enforce that? It makes no sense to me. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
But people have to think about what's changed in the social construct, even in the entertainment, because now it's actually they co-signing these kind of shows to the kids right now, and the shows more or less push our individual state. We're just locked in, isolated from everybody. There's no good conversations in exchange that you could actually talk to, because everybody just locked in. And like sometimes you see a whole table, a whole family, and every individual is on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
No one is interacting with anybody, right? So
Yeah.
Even how the apps or some of the apps are designed, it creates a short attention span. It used to be like 30 seconds a reel, and they drop it to 10, or I think it's like 7 or 8 or something. It's a program, and they volunteer for the program. So the more they get into that, the more they get isolated. There's less communication. The mental balance of being able to express yourself, that is lost, because you lock in with some animated characters or fictional characters that they're trying to program themselves on that, and there's no actual communication with that person
Mm-hmm.
to see what emotions and how emotions could be transferred. So they're looking at it, okay, yeah, we have problems, people stressed out, and that's a possibility of them unaliving themselves and all that. But you have to think about what's the difference right now in Grenada. What has changed?
Mm-hmm.
Let me even go for further. And I'll think I'll cut off there. Slavery as locked in our history as that couldn't keep away the males and the females, the black woman and the black man from each other. Massa used to take who he wanted to take, do what he had to do, pass who to his friends and things, and send them back in the camp, and they were still together. So what has changed when we have more education, more resources, more things at our disposal, more positions in places where we could create policies, that we so divided now? Who don't want this and who don't want it? What has changed? We have so much that we can do to make a better situation for us, for the future, and we gravitate into something else.
Other people's
Think
stuff.
about that.
All right. My
Yeah.
brother.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
More time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, folks, 421-7279 and 440-7377 WhatsApp, and on the, you could call us on the WhatsApp and on the straight line. Now, folks, I saw a note come out today by the Grenada Union of Teachers, where they're speaking of taking industrial action, armbands and what is it? The union t-shirts, starting, was it today or starting tomorrow, that teachers would be doing that, because there are several teachers who have not been paid since, when was it? They've not been paid since September. In other words, we are in June. This is the end of the school year. So these teachers have basically worked for the entire school year without being paid. But I can assure you, and it says something about the leadership of the Grenada Union of Teachers, I can assure you that had such a situation existed under the last administration, long ago, it would have been much more than put on a red armband and wear a t-shirt. It would have been march to ministerial complex and noise would have been making. It would have been we taking a day of rest and reflection. It would have been all sorts of things, because in an argument for 4%, deciding whether you're getting 4% or you want 6% or so, you had all sorts of things that take place in this country. In other words, discussion about salary to come. Now you have a situation where you have teachers, but it's all you that vote and put him there as the president of the union. All you that vote and put a political activist as president of the union. Mayday gone. You have to wait until next year, Mayday, to talk about me again. But this is a situation, and all of you know it, that at this situation, a whole year, in other words, these teachers have worked since the beginning of the school year, in September last year, to now, and they are not receiving their salaries. And the union, at the end of the school year, when it's just time for exams and graduation, that is all that remain in the school year right now, exams and graduations. That at this time is when you decide you're going and take certain strike actions. Well, not strike actions, but protest actions. Put on red armbands and put on t-shirt. But if it was the NNP in office, all you know what was going on. All you know would have been on the streets. You all know that. You all know they would have been on the streets. Because the questions would have been asked. They found money for close to 200 Nigerians that come into Grenada. They found money to sort them out. They found money to sort out those Nigerians till those Nigerians come and do wrong thing, jump plane and gone back. Up to now, Grenadians don't know who paid for the flight. Was the flight paid for by the government of Grenada? Or was the flight paid for by another individual or organization? If the flight was paid for by the government of Grenada, how much did it cost the Grenadian taxpayer? And why was that seen as more necessary than paying the teachers who educating our children? That's a question that has to be asked. And if it was not paid for by the government of Grenada, who paid for it? How much did it cost? And why did that individual find it so necessary to pay for that flight for people to come to Grenada, or that organization? And what business, if any, is that organization or individual doing with the state of Grenada at this time, or seeks to do in the near future? Because we have to ask that, because we have an Integrity in Public Life Act that restricts the actions of government in relation to how they interact with individuals and organizations. So we have to ask those questions. They found hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and launch Project Polaris. Hundreds of thousands. That I am exactly sure that all the people who do the decorations and the stage and the sound and the lighting and the big billboards and plywood that they put up there, and the plywood itself and the design on the plywood, and to cut the place and to level it a bit, all those people I am sure got paid. But teachers, the ones who educating your children and grandchildren, waiting since September last year to get their salary. And we ain't say all teachers. We ain't saying all, but if they could find the money to do these other things, to pay whatever they pay for the Africans, whether they pay hotel, who knows if they pay the hotel, because they're tight-lipped on that, and the media afraid to ask these questions. We don't have no real serious media in Grenada again to ask them those kind of hard questions when the opportunities arise. and to follow up and make sure that you get documented responses from them. Not just, I'm going to look and I'm going to check on that and get back to you. And then you never hear about that again because they believe we have the 5-day memory. You wouldn't remember that after 5 days. Had what taken place now taken place under the new National Party would have been a totally different story. You know it, I know it, and they know it. Could have been 4 teachers. It would have strike action. And I'm not saying that the union needs to do strike action. I'm not saying it is right to disrupt the education of children and strike and stop the education process. I'm not saying that it is right to take to the streets and abandon the children and do what you're doing and so on. I'm not saying that that is right, but I'm saying that the same way you apply what I would call pressure on the NNP for things way less than what is taking place now, apply the pressure to the NDC. But they wouldn't do it. If you are basically a political activist masquerading as a trade unionist, that is what you will do. I have no problem with a trade unionist having their political view, you know. I have no problem with that. We know Gary Party was a trade union. There's the trade union part of it. The Grenada Mental and Manual Intellectual Workers Union in Jamaica, both the PNP and the JLP, they have trade unions attached to them. In Trinidad, the UNC has had trade unions attached to them. So the trade union movement and politics symbiotic. It's not that you have to be in one or the other. We know that happened, but don't try to give the impression that you are a trade unionist when you are a political activist. Don't try that one. Because the worst this government does get is a press conference. That could have never be the NNP. You telling me a whole school year? A whole school year, September down to June, school about to close in a couple weeks. And these people not getting paid. And then the worst part of it now is that I saw a notice from the Ministry of Education that they're going to have to be, somebody send it to me on 421-7279. Yes, send the flyer to me. That they are going to be shifting operations for a period of time. Now, I didn't want to get into this one because I don't like to get into these things. My good friend Norman Gilbert had a very serious chest infection. Very serious chest infection. And died last month. Yeah, last month died. Was buried last week, Thursday. And in one of the presentations by an individual who is not a Grenadian, but was in contact with Norman, he spoke of the fact, not hearsay, the fact that there was a problem with mold in Norman's workplace that affected him. And I didn't want to go down that particular road. Now we see the Ministry of Education suddenly realize that they had to do work inside there. Yeah? Suddenly realize that now they had to do work in the ministry. Because there's mold inside there. Yeah? What's the Grenada Union of Teachers for the teachers that have been seconded over to the Ministry of Education all this time? Where were their voices on behalf of the workers who are working in the educational complex, who are also exposed to the same mold that we are hearing now took the life of this individual? Was the Grenada Union of Teachers then? He was up to just before he went, paid member of the Grenada Union of Teachers. The Public Workers Union, when he was demoted, is who had to come and argue for him. Public Workers Union. The Grenada Union of Teachers, joke Jody. Nothing to say. Man was demoted, salary cut, all kind of thing. Grenada Union of Teachers didn't care if they sent him back to teach a non-existent class for a second time. The Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, the Public Workers Union, the union that he's not a member of, was not a member of, had to pick up his case because his union didn't do it. And they call themselves leaders. Yeah? They call themselves leaders. So now we ask ourselves, because the government will change. It is not a matter of if, it is just a matter of when they call the election, the government will change. The NDC will go. And folks like myself are looking to see if the same level of non-hostility that the NDC has been approached with, and the same level of non-scrutiny that the NDC, and I'm saying it tonight so people could take a note of it, I'm looking to see if the same level of non-hostility that is being given to the NDC administration will be applied to the incoming NNP administration. Because, folks, because you hear the things that are taking place now, and there were many activists. I always talk about people like Sandra Ferguson, Tillman Thomas, and all these individuals who had enough to say when the new National Party was in office about every single thing. They wrote articles. They had press conferences. They went on all sorts of programs and run down the NNP for accusations. You're hearing things. Mr. Baptiste ended up out a lot too. But all those paragons of virtue and morality in Grenada have nothing to say about any of the happenings in the National Lottery Authority. They have nothing to say about the things that they hear coming out of the Gravel and Concrete Emulsion Corporation. Nothing to say about those things. And many other entities that we're hearing things happening with. We're hearing about all kind of deals that have taken place. People are providing actual evidence and information regarding these things. But those paragons of virtue and morality on behalf of the Grenadian people have nothing to say right now. But in the time of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the New National Party, they didn't even used to wait for those television stations to come to them. They used to go and stand up in the yard and do their press. They used to go right there and stand up and say, we found it necessary. We have to come and talk about this issue. The Grenadian people are talking about this issue. They had nothing to say now. All kind of thing happening. Without due cause, they just destroying a man, 2 animals that he paid thousands of dollars for, a young man who could have been involved in any negativity out there right now, involved in positivity. He destroy the animals. You ain't them saying anything. They have suddenly fallen silent. Because you see, they're trying to create 2 Grenadas. There seem to be one Grenada if you're supporting the NDC, and another Grenada if you support any other party, not just the NNP. Any other party, any other organization, or you don't support any organization, there's another Grenada for you. So as long as you're a supporter of the NDC, you could do as you want, you could say as you want, you could go where you want, all is open to you. But if you are not a supporter, and you make the mistake and go and use your social media and speak about an issue that affects you in your community, or in your household, or in your workplace, or in your business place, you make the mistake and talk about that, and they come at you like vultures on a garbage heap. Pass by the dumb people, see what I'm talking about. They all over you, because you, in their view, should not have the right to speak. And they don't even realize that their own leader said it, you know. Because a lot of them not even in the same category as the others, and they don't realize that they don't have them in the same category. Because when he spoke, he said they need to know who the real NDC are, not just who the NDCites are, but who the real NDC are.
Putting people, good. So you have to line with each other, take a drink with each other, find out where you live in, find out where she living, socialize, call, inquire how your daughter or your child doing. We need to know one another. They have senior members and junior members and those who just joined. We need to know that all of us belongs to the National Democratic Congress. So we can't just argue and fight for what I will get, what I will get, what I will get, when you don't know your people. So sometimes the reason the other side getting is because we're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know one another enough.
So who are the who? Who are the?
Are the real NDC people who need to get. We're not saying who are the real NDC people who need to get, because we don't know one another enough.
Who are the real? So in other words, some of all you is fake NDC. So all you putting on t-shirt, all you going to activities, all you singing the song, all you singing. But as far as they're concerned, you are not real NDC. He qualified the type of NDC. You have to be a real NDC. You can't be a NNP. They can't suspect you are being a NNP. You can't be a NDC who is not one of them friend or associate or family member or schoolmate. You have to be a real NDC. And all you sit down there and all you clap and all you shouting and all you happy. And don't realize the man telling all you in his view is nobody.
So if we are telling the MP or the caretaker, these are our people, and let's go see them or bring the people, then we will know each other better. And I want us to understand that friendship, love, and unity comes from interacting and socializing with one another. If I know your son and your daughter, even if you cuss me, I will think about your son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. So,
and nothing says more of how they think about you than that. You are just another number. You are just another ballot in the ballot box on election day. He does not care about you. You're just another number. You're just another statistic. And somehow you're killing out all yourself. Making all your parents in heaven shame for the money that they sacrifice and send all it to school with this stupid behavior all you're getting on with on the internet.
Son and daughter, so I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic. I'll hold my tongue. But when I know your family, you're just another number. You're just another statistic.
He doesn't know every Grenadian, so the majority of you are just another number. You're just another statistic to the individual, but all you're out there fighting up. Yeah? You're just another number. You're just another statistic in his mind. But some of you following your union leaders blindly. You could support your union, but don't follow nobody blindly. You want to follow your union blind, it's up to you. It's up to you. But the time will come when you have a decision to make. Because they tried to give the impression that the NNP didn't regularize teachers. You had over 400 that were regularized under the new National Party. There were many benefits that teachers got under the new National Party. And now you have the NDC in office. They have to continue providing benefits to the teachers. That's their job. They're doing a favor. They're doing what they're supposed to do as government. But you have people that are out there that's speaking about NNP was in office for 23 years. Let me remind again that 2 out of the last 4 elections were won by the NDC, not the NNP. 2 out of the last 4 elections were won by the NDC. They win the one before the 215-0 and they win the one after the 215-0. But they try to give the impression that, well, ever since Back in the 1980s, it's only been the NNP that's been in office. And they refuse to take responsibility for the times that they were in office as well. So when they talk about agriculture and where agriculture this and agriculture that, what has this NDC administration done for agriculture? Ask yourself that question. What has this NDC administration done for agriculture? You have some farmers up in Maribo, they cut off water from them. This is the dry season. And you had them without being able to access water. That is what they have done for farmers. They talk about bucket trucks as they call earlier and ask for, what about the bucket trucks? Because they have mango. Call it is mango and thing. I talk to your boy, you know. I find all the plain stingy with all the mango and thing. Hey, but I don't eat any mango, you know. Yeah, me ain't like mango with no set of string and thing in my teeth, and I don't have time for that. Yeah, if you have some nice peach and you have some nice Julie mango, link your boy. If you have them kind of grafted mango, them big mango, talk to your boy. But yeah, going back to it, these are the people that talk agriculture, but actually doing anything. The Marketing and National Importing Board was closed down. It was opened by the revolution and closed down by this NDC. And up to this point in time, you can't hear when or where the new entity coming. So you have a skeleton staff operating the 1 or 2 facilities that they have open still, that taking in a little bit of stuff from 1 or 2 farmers, whereas where before you used to have these places well stocked and farmers knew they could have gotten stuff from the Marketing or National Importing Board, or if somebody overseas wanted a significant quantity of things, they could have gotten it through the Marketing and National Importing Board as the agency in Grenada. They could have got to them and say, hey, we want how much pounds of soursop leaves, not even the soursop itself alone. We want how much pounds of soursop leaf, and they could have gotten it. Or how much pounds of soursop, and they could have gotten it. Or golden apple, which is something I don't see much of again these days. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. Stop cutting down them tree. Yeah? Or golden apple and all these different things that you could have gotten. And the Marketing and National Importing Board played an important role in all of that. Nobody is saying that the Marketing and National Importing Board was perfect. Nobody is saying that. It was not perfect. And let's just admit that it was not perfect. But it was not perfect under the last 2 NDC as well. And then this one that closed it down. Not just under the NNP. It was not perfect under the revolution. It was not perfect under the NNP. It was not perfect under the NDC. So don't try to give the impression that your all hands are clean in the matter. Because all somebody has to do is go back into the documentation. You're hearing all sorts of things taking place in this country. And all these paragons of virtue have disappeared. We the people right now, gone. Yeah, nothing about we the people again. And I'm saying it now because I know the time will soon come when they try to raise their heads again, and you, the Grenadian people, have to ask them the question, where did they? When all kind of things are taking place with construction company and things, where did they? When things are taking place with the Grenada Development Bank, where did they? When things taking place with the National Lottery Authority, Gravel and Concrete Emulsion Corporation, Postal Corporation, where did they? When all of those things were going on. When the nonsense with the Housing Authority of Grenada, when people's houses were being broken down in Guangkai. And I have no issue with the people having to move. They have to move. But it's the methodology. It is not what you do, but how you do it. You can't just go and mash down a place and put out people, and then after you do that to them, your representative running now like he's the hero coming to save the people. They were not supposed to have to be saved because things should be done in a certain manner. The same way the New National Party, you needed to build the bus terminal, so you had to move the people from that area. They get placed in Telescope and things, they set them up nice, right? You wanted to do Port Louis, so people had to move, and so up La Sagesse. So each time the New National Party had to do those kind of things, they put things in place to move these people and get people into a different area. But this administration, no. They ain't going that direction. This administration, instead of that, is just whap, move them. They have to move. And then after the people are in distress, you come to play like you're saving the people in distress. It's you who put them in distress. There's a way of doing everything. And the way it was done was wrong. Me personally, I feel Ole was trying to damage the reputation. If you could damage the reputation, in my mind, it's damaged already, of the MP for the South. That was clear. Okay, it didn't seem as though he knew what was going on. Yeah? You have the Prime Minister flying out of this country. The Prime Minister of Grenada has nearly spent as much time out of Grenada than he has spent in Grenada. For the entire period of time that he's been Prime Minister, he spent over a year and some months outside of Grenada. You're going on 4 years in a couple weeks. And he has spent a significant portion of that. Over 1/3 of that has been spent outside of Grenada. And you would not mind if when Dr. Mitchell and the late Elvin G. Nimrod and Mr. Gregory Bowen and so went out before, and they used to come back with millions of dollars in projects, or come back and say, look, we bring 2,000 houses, or we bring this road project, or we bring this, or we bring that for Grenada, or there's funding for that youth program, or funding for this prison program, or funding for this women's program, or so that we have access. At least when they came back, they come back with something. These individuals go all over the place and don't even put out a press release when they come back. They don't even do that. And we are still left to wonder sometimes if they're gone or if they're here. Because the government gazette is supposed to publish as a matter of fact who is holding the position in the ministry. So even if it is a minister and not the prime minister that's leaving, another minister will have to hold that portfolio for the time they're out. Even if it's just for the day. Once they're leaving the space at Grenada, once they're leaving by water or by air, once you're leaving Grenada, somebody else has to go by the GG and swear in to hold that ministry for you. That fact must be published in the government gazette. It ain't happening. And you know why it's not happening? Because they don't want you to realize the volume of traveling that has taken place. Sometimes months later is when they're putting out some of these things. When it's supposed to come out, I believe the same week. But months later they're putting it out. Some of them even saying they don't believe that there's any necessity to put it out. No, it is information for the Grenadian people. They're supposed to know what's going on. But these people do not care what you think. They have no concern, no care about how you perceive things. They have no care or concern except to get that vote from you on election day into the ballot box. But we are saying to you that there is an alternative. The New National Party has a group of people that have proven their ability to get the job done. So whether you're speaking about the political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, the same woman that built the National Stadium in less than 2 years that the former NDC was saying that they couldn't build and no money was there for. And Honorable Emlyn Pear built it in no time flat. It was built, and not just built, it got first-class international certification due to the quality of the track and the facility. First-class certification. They went and they redo the track, then they say, well, it's not necessary to go and get any certification. So we understand now why they kill off things like the Grenada Invitational, where many of our young people got the opportunity to see some of the stars, the Olympians, in action here in Grenada. And not only to see them, but to interact with them, to talk with them, to get tips from them. Whether it's in doing the triple jump, or doing the 100 meter, or doing the 400 meter, to be able to interact with them directly, so that when the Olympic Games coming up again, Grenada could say, okay, we're looking forward to at least 3-4 medals in that game, because we've developed our athletes to a particular level. But instead of that, kill off the Grenada Invitational. Kill it off. Just done with it. Yeah? So that it cannot provide the opportunities for Grenadians who love sports to be able to see this at home. But outside of that, for the young people to be able to not just see it, but get the opportunity to interact with people who could give them some technical skills. I saw Hazley Crawford here during the Carifta Games. I think he was the 1976 76 gold medalist in the 100 meter out of Trinidad. Yeah, and he was giving some advice on different aspects of the thing. How to run. Now imagine, you'd have been able to have many of the athletes who are presently operating here in Grenada to speak with Grenadian athletes. Yeah, and to properly utilize the facility. World-class facility. But they never even went to get back certification for the track. They say that ain't necessary. The same person they bring in as some IT minister or so now. So the Prime Minister could find money to pay a new minister, an additional minister. Expand the size of the cabinet and find tens of thousands of dollars to pay an additional minister. But they can't pay some teachers since September last year. And the teachers union doing press conference and wearing armband. Would not happen under the NNP. Would that be a totally different story had this been under the New National Party. Folks, the phone lines are open. And somebody say, a brand, they buy 15 new van, yeah man, and a new BMW for himself, but they can't pay teachers. And we ain't even see what happened to the Prime Minister van that they mash up, the car that they mash up, the state, the government car there. We ain't seen it, we ain't know where that car is. Somebody message me, tell me where the car is. Yeah? Has the car been sold? Are they attempting to repair the car? They write it off. Where's the case with the car? But to make sure they buy. Don't worry, Sister Emlyn, go use the BMW. We had to pray that out first, though. We had to clean that and pray it first. And then we go make Sister Emlyn use that one. Just pack it up a couple of days before election. Don't even wait until election day. Make sure it's clean and pack it up, cover it down. We go need for that. Nice? Beautiful. 421-7279. And we have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. Pay attention to the phone line. Caller, pay attention to the phone line. Come on. No, you ain't called too early, man. You get through, you know. Talk to us on the phone line. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Scott. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes. Pay attention to us on the phone line. And once you're listening to the radio or whatever it is, you're gonna get a delay. So just talk to us on the phone line. Go ahead.
Okay. Listen. I don't know if the Grenada public was listening to the Bob report on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On Sunday,
turn off the volume in the background. It train you off. Turn off the volume in the background. It train you off. Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. On Sunday, we had that discussion on the Bob report with Mr. Reno. That man who has the project in Woodford.
Mm-hmm.
And indirectly, Mr. Reno had enough to call Grenada people lazy. Although he said that the Grenada people loves him and they give him food and all they like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then in the ending of his program, he also was brave enough to expose our government as to say that he, a stranger from Grenada, is going to develop Grenada for the Grenadian people. And these are words we don't hear from our leaders. I want to know how on earth we could bring a foreigner come here into Grenada after we have a duly elected government. And that foreigner has to tell we the Grenadian people that he's going to be the one developing Grenada for us. I would like somebody to explain to me, because I want to know who voted for Mr. Reno. Thank you.
All right, my brother. I'll say this. I've been following Mr. Reno for a while now. And he's a businessman. Number one, remember Mr. Reno was the same person that was brought in to do the Molyneux project during the period of the NNP. And he was the same person that this NDC administration, who hailing him now as the best thing since sliced bread. So we wonder what took place there for that sudden change in attitude towards Mr. Reno and his company. Because remember, they took the Molyneux project away from Reno. And they said that Reno and them this and Reno and them that and all sorts of things. All sorts of negative statements were made. Then they had to go back to the vomit and get back the same Reno that NNP had got to do that project. He had bid on the project. He came in and they thought, okay, he's able to do it, to do that project. And then they went and they changed around different aspects of the project from what it was after they bad talk it, and they do what they do now, that up to now, they cannot place the next level of asphalt on the Molyneux project as it is supposed to be placed. You still have this thing high here, low there, all kind of thing, pothole forming here, there, and all sorts of thing. Up to now, unless they do it today, up to now, it is still, Tati, where's the situation? Up to now. Yeah? So all of a sudden now, the same person that they didn't want before is the best thing since sliced bread. But you know why he's the best thing since sliced bread? Because they realize that they can get work done without spending any money up front. So they know that he is a multi-millionaire. Man might even be one of the Caribbean's billionaires. Who knows? And as such, he is spending his own money on do these projects. That's why he made the statement that he made. Because he is spending his own money to do those projects, knowing full well the government of Grenada, not NNP nor NDC, the government of Grenada have to pay him. So right now he want all projects. Just give him. He go spend the money and he go do it. And then he go just send any claim. You have to pay him. We have a caller on the line. Go right ahead, caller.
Good night, Sheldon. And as you're rightly touching that topic, that was on my mind for a couple of days now. Because I'm trying to figure out, I have no problem with the Renault company doing the roads and infrastructure like in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But at what cost? Because if you're telling me that I have a blank check to write out for any work I do for you, and it could cost $1 million and I charge $5 million, is really taxpayer paying for it? And who is giving the accountability for that? Because as far as it is right now, just go ahead and do roads and we go pay all you. And that is a clear sign. That is a clear sign that the government is in September. And for some reason, Mr. Bartholomew, the president of that union, hasn't taken up action since then. It's rather amazing.
But the school year done now. But the school year done now, brother. We in June.
Yeah, exam.
Now it's exam and then it's school closed. Children home July, August, and back to school. Well, they was going back to school in August, but I see they change it now and put it for the day after. Because you know children were actually going to school in August under the NDC, yeah?
Yeah, well,
they just changed it this. They just changed it this week and make it they take it off the Monday, which was the 31st of August, and they put it on the 1st of September.
Yeah. So look at this. Mary has just gone, and this president of this union choose to attack a podcaster. I mean, it amazes me. And look at what happened when the NDC came in. This man was all praises. And I don't know how people seen it, but that is an act this guy is getting on with. That's an act. And teachers, be it if you support whoever you support, look at this guy for who he is. That guy is a snake. You know why I'm saying that? He is there in that situation with that press conference he had there. And I listen to him carefully and I look at him carefully. He is not really cussing the government per se. He's giving them a second call, because if you look under the post, basically his supporters saying is NNP people are there inside there doing this thing and sabotaging the government. Hello, people, the Minister of Finance is Mike Sylvester. Right?
No. So Mike Sylvester is the permanent secretary.
The permanent secretary, well, I mean, you're not permanent secretary, but I'm saying, I mean, this guy's a serious guy. So whatever is happening there, I mean, this one wouldn't go under him just like that. Mr. Dennis Cornwall is the Minister of Finance right now, acting Prime Minister. So, I mean, whatever is happening, it's a NDC, it's a client call to perjure who they deem or they feel support NMP. And like I say, there's one part of the country for NMP, one part of the country for NDC, and I don't know why this division. Shall I secondly, this morning, I happened to listen to the supervisor of election on a program, GBN this morning.
Oh, he was on GBN this morning. How come he didn't tell me that one, man? Had I go and listen?
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, I mean, I was listening to my phone as I normally do.
Brother Arthur was there? Interesting, but go ahead.
Yeah, and when it comes to the question part, a usual caller, a usual antagonist call and trying to clarify what you say about you want to come here with 500 of us from the diaspora and we come in to vote and we come in and do this. And he asked the question about what if when we come, if we vote in any constituency we want. And do you know, you can go back and listen for yourself, the supervisor of election sway from answering the question that the guy asks skillfully so, by saying, well, what the law say about living here for 12 months and Commonwealth citizen. What I wanted to hear, this guy answer and say, how long have you left Grenada? Are you a citizen of Grenada right now? Have you been on the... And the guy said he never voted in Grenada before. You know? That alone should tell you, Sheldon, what these people are planning. The caller said, I have never voted in an election in Grenada. And that goes back to my point. What I was saying on a couple of programs, a couple of years back, after the NDC won. If you haven't had an ID card in Grenada, if you are 60 years or 40 years old, what were you doing? That means it was not in the development of Grenada, either under the old NDC or NMP. Because that means you never voted in an election in Grenada. Why you want to come now? Because you have a, well, I would say a culture following and a cult of personality with this guy called Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister, that you all following blindly. And it's amazing to me. And then you're hearing people saying, what? Don't worry. You guys will be the first to know when the election call. You will have a heads up. That's how dumb they are. They say this thing on radio. And,
well, I'll say this, my friend. I'll say this, my friend. My personal view and opinion is this. The Grenadian diaspora is extremely important to the development of Grenada. And that must never be underplayed, understated, or misunderstood. I believe that every Grenadian or everybody that can trace their ancestry to Grenada, who is presently living outside of Grenada, has a contribution to make to Grenada. Those that are qualified as electors, in other words, they already registered to vote and so on, or they've gone through the proper process, should vote in a Grenadian election. What I have an issue with is those who intend to break the laws of Grenada and register to vote in places where they know legally they should not register to vote, to pad the list. To force on the people of that constituency representatives who for the last 4 years have done nothing for them, whose entire thing is that their passport have a lot of stamp because they went all over the place, who can now boast that they've been everywhere from the west coast of the United States all the way to Dubai. They can boast of those sort of things, that they have all visited the motherland, they've all been to Africa. That is the main thing they can speak about. But when you look at actual development of people and communities, they're now rushing about like headless chickens saying, let me do a road day, because we do have to pay. So Grenadians need to understand that our debt is accumulating significantly by millions with what is taking place in Reno and so on. It is not like you go in the bank and you take a loan, and when you take that loan in the bank, you say, okay, Grenada is now in debt by a further 10 million or so. Reno and them doing this thing, and it's the same thing, you know. It is Grenada is now in debt to 10 million for this project here, or 5 million for that project there, and so on. So your GDP is going to change. They are very, and due to the fact that your GDP would fall out of what it's supposed to be, you will not qualify for money additional to that. So how are you going to pay these people if your economy is not booming enough to make enough money? You're going to run into problems paying back Reno and them for the work they're doing. Is not the government of Grenada paying them right now. Reno is using his own personal funds. The Prime Minister has been clear on that. Namalco, Calco, these companies are being asked to use their own money and pay to do the road. So they're paying for the asphalt, they're paying the workers, they're paying for the equipment, they're paying for all these things. And then they're going to claim their money back from the government of Grenada. So it is a debt on the state.
Yeah.
I don't know how come people are understanding this thing. So it's not
But I
that
hope
government
you
do
don't end
so good with the economy and they're making so much money that they're doing a pile of work. It is that they have found this methodology to be more suitable at this time to see how much things they can get done to bamboozle and fool people who just waste their parents' money in school.
I hope it's not a situation like a Belt and Road situation. But Sheldon also, I happen to also listen to GBN Monday also. And Mr. what's his name, Ryan? The horse guy. He had called in a program and he was talking. And I am sure that I heard him, I don't know if you could go back and listen if you were listening, but I heard him say that what he had permission to bring in the horses, but he hadn't had the permission in his hand like a paper. So it was electronically activated, and whoever the person was not certain. Because this guy needs to clear up this thing, because what people are doing, they are demonizing somebody and they are not getting the facts. But he called the program and he was asking the question, he was trying to clarify certain things. And I believe that if somebody is going so far on national radio, be it whatever program he goes on, to clarify what happened, it means that there is a vast majority of truth to what the guy is saying. Nobody is so dumb to come and lie about this thing like that.
My brother, he had to clarify nothing again. What he had to do is go to court. Clarify time done. The horse and them dead. The man losing money. You heard a vet. 12 years the guy has been a vet. Work with hundreds of horses. Work with this disease. Clearly explain that what take place there should not have taken place. What the hell Ryan had to explain to anybody again? Just go to court.
I want to know.
That is where you had to go to court. Don't talk on that.
What I want to know, Sheldon, was it vets that euthanized the animal on the docks, or was it police or individual? Because if that is the case, that is even worse than what we think.
Police officers with vets.
Well, there you go. Well, Sheldon, have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, from what I saw, yes, I did see it. From what I saw, it was police officers, and I assume that the other two individuals were the two police officers. At least one of them was a vet. Yeah? I couldn't see the faces clearly. I had to double check the thing that I have there. But at least one of them, from what I believe, would have been a vet. Yeah? So, no, Ryan don't have to come and explain nothing to anybody. He said what he said. We understand where he's coming from. The ministry needs to come out and give their part of it. But outside of that, as far as I'm concerned, court matter. Go to court. Yeah? Because they have no reasonable grounds under which they did what they did to the young man. No, they have a set of pigs in quarantine now. They have a set of other animals that they've put in quarantine before. They have no excuse for what has been done there. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
A late call. You got a lot of calls tonight.
That's no problem, man.
What I'm trying to say, Grenada is not paying down on their debt right now, right? Grenada hasn't paid anything on the government hasn't paid anything on the debt.
They have suspended the fiscal responsibility, rules, the fiscal rules, as if they have made debt payments. I have to confirm that, because suspending the fiscal responsibility rules allows them to do certain things. I am not absolutely sure that they have not paid down on the debt. It may very well be a case that they're not paying down on the debt.
Yeah, but that is just kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, well, that's what's taking place.
Tomorrow, let's do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And now, come hell or high waters, he's gonna rain out. That guy is gonna build Grenada, build the roads, and they will be satisfied to wait a year for the money. Because this government don't intend paying them. So they are saying, guys, let's don't do anything for Grenada. Let's don't pay no debt. Let's don't pay them on the infrastructure. Let's just put a lot of money in our pocket as possible. and then when win, lose or draw, if we win, then we will deal with it. But if we lose, let them deal with it. Isn't that the way you're seeing it? That's the way I am seeing it.
Well, I don't even think
And
they
also-
think. I don't even think they will win. They know for a fact they're gonna lose, but they're trying to see if they could hold on to 2 seats. So they're hoping they could hold on to a couple seats, and that is why they're spending the money. But they know they will lose the election, and NNP will have to pay. But what they're trying to do is use the power that they have right now, and they access the money through the contractors who are willing to do it using their own money. They're using that as a means to save themselves, and look where they're doing the work. And you'll see where they're trying to save themselves, and they don't really care about the others. They could go to hell as far as they're concerned.
Right. Now, changing gears for a minute.
No problem.
I was going back and forth with your program and GBN News.
Okay.
And on GBN News, I saw Tillman Thomas
he appeared?
said that, yes, he appeared on the news and said, the Honorable, I'm going to quote, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell is, why the backfighting and everything, he brought the country together. And he is doing a great thing. That's what he said.
Which
he brought
country?
The country to, no, that's what he said. You could go and look at GBN when you go home tonight.
I want to know which country you're talking about.
And this guy was in the front seat in Boucherville when he heard Deacon Milton say the reason why they don't get, we have to tell them who here. He was in the front row. Go and take it back to the video tape.
I'm sorry.
Tillman Thomas was
not next day. I'm sorry, but I'm one of the persons that have no respect for Tillman Thomas as a former prime minister. I'm sorry.
But he was in the first row when Deacon was saying the reason why we don't know the real NNP.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the front row when he said that. Now he's saying that the committee stop the backfighting and let's come together. Let's come together. And he was in the front row. It's 2 minutes to 10, so good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes, and we are. Yes, a holiday, but it's not a holiday for me. We're doing the program tomorrow and on Friday. Yes, we are doing our program. Yeah. None. Zero. I think it was one of the worst prime ministers, one of the top 3 worst prime ministers ever. This prime minister is worse than him, but he's in one of the top 3 worst prime ministers I believe the country has ever seen. That's just my personal view. You don't have to agree with it. But it's my personal view. I see some individuals trying to call private, hey, they ain't go work here. We ain't stupid. Yeah? Don't try and call us private. They ain't go work. Yeah? All your program. Go there. Try and call us no private. All you trying to sneak in. They ain't go work. Call all your place. Yeah? So folks, the straight line, we'll have that up and running properly, more clearly. The last 2 calls we got on it was very clear. You could have heard, but there's still 1 or 2 tweaks that we'll have to tweak on it. As I said, I'll work on it during the night tonight after I've completed the program tonight. Yeah, so we're going to tweak that so that, we're going to have our landline. The next one to get up and running will be our overseas line, to get back our overseas line up and running. Yeah, it's already here as well, but I haven't put it in place yet. So we'll get that up and running as soon as we can. Yes, indeed, folks. So that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. Yeah. Imagine a teacher about that. And, talking about the union. Yeah. Talking about the fact of what they did during the period of the NNP. Yeah. But, in all of this, spare a thought for the teachers who are actually going through this. Spare a thought for that person that went into the school in September, started teaching, September no salary, October no salary, November no salary, December, Christmas time, you had your family, no salary, January, February, March, April, May, now we in June, still no salary, 7 months. My goodness, it has to be extremely difficult for these individuals and what they're going through. And my heart does go out to them for what they are going through. and understanding that already, remember, we have serious inflation taking place in Grenada. So we have significant increase in the cost of goods and services, whether it's utilities, whether it's food stuff, whether it's services and so on. We have increases taking place in those areas. And with all of that happening, to not be receiving a salary is a very difficult one. So spare a thought for the teachers who are going through that at this point in time. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. We're out. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Talking Points. So remember to make your donations, folks. You go to GoToFet. The GoToFet link, you're seeing it right there. So yeah, you see that there. Let me move so right there. So that, yeah, go to the link. We also have PayPal. So you're looking for PayPal. It's Sheldon Scott 473. You'll see the link at the end of the program. We'll be putting up the link there, so you'll see the link. So we'll have the PayPal link there, as well as we'll be putting up the bank account number. We'll put that up during the week as well, so that you'll have that. Tomorrow, remember, you have Simon Says, so we're looking forward for that one. Simon Says should be on, I think it's 5 tomorrow evening, so we're looking forward to Simon Says, and then you'll be having Talking Points later in the night. All right, so folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. As I said, do enjoy the rest of your night tonight. Yeah? Lovely.
Grenada, may God bless you. Grenada, may God bless you. The gem of the Caribbean, struck by Hurricane Ivan. The spices blew in the wind and the people all started to scream. The force of the hurricane has wrought havoc and caused great pain, but we are proud to say that we are on the rise again. Because our people are strong, it didn't take us too long to start to rebuild our land. The spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice. Yes, we're building better than before, and to your tourists we offering more. Oh yes, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves. The speed of the recovery have boosted the industry. Tourists who visit the land are amazed at the things they see. With a better infrastructure, we're building for the future. A nation rising with pride, and we know you'll be satisfied. And now the pleasure is ours to invite you to our shores. You will never regret for sure. The spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice. Yes, we're building stronger and stronger. It all goes well for the future. Oh yes, the spice leaves. Yes, we're building better than before, and to your tourists we offering more. Oh yes, the spice leaves. The gem of the Caribbean, struck by a hurricane